Hello, my motor enthusiasts. You're tuned in to F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Hello, Enzo. I see we're discussing Max Verstappen today.
That's right, William. Max Verstappen, a name that has currently taken the Formula One world by storm.
He's certainly shown immense talent on the track, but what makes him stand out?
Well, according to David Terrien, a former racing driver and karting world champion, it's a combination of his driving style, talent, confidence, and that he's in the prime of his career with a strong team behind him.
But surely, he must have some weaknesses his competitors could exploit.
One would think so, but Terrien believes Verstappen's advantage lies in his lack of strong competition. Charles Leclerc makes too many mistakes, and other drivers simply lack the confidence to challenge Verstappen.
So beating him would require a significant setback for Red Bull, or a mammoth effort from another team.
Indeed, and perhaps a driver with the same determination and mindset as Nico Rosberg, who managed to beat Lewis Hamilton when they were teammates.
Blimey, sounds like quite the challenge. And what about Verstappen's driving style?
That's where it gets interesting. Verstappen's preference for a car with a lot of front grip, making the rear feel very light, can be quite a challenge for other drivers to emulate.
A unique driving style just adds to the difficulty of beating him.
Very true. But as they say, in motorsport, anything can happen. Let's dive into it, shall we? And here we are again, my fellow motor enthusiasts. This is your host, Enzo Watts, the man with the need for speed, and you're tuned in to the always buzzing F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Nice to be here again, Enzo. I'm William, your faithful sidekick and commentator.
Truly, couldn't ask for a better partner in this fast-paced journey. Now, for those new to our show, we come to your screens every day, sharing the latest and greatest from the world of motorsports.
And we wouldn't be here without our loyal listeners. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on those notifications, and leave your comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Absolutely, and don't hesitate to share the love with your friends and family. Every interaction goes a long way in supporting our podcast.
And believe me, you wouldn't want to keep today's discussion to yourself.
Oh, absolutely not. You won't believe what we're about to reveal. Some truly fascinating insights into the world of Formula One, and particularly Max Verstappen. If you're a fan of motorsports, you do not want to miss this.
Certainly adds a new dimension to the term edge-of-the-seat action, doesn't it?
It sure does, William. And remember, folks, stay tuned for some mind-blowing revelations. As we always say here at F1 Motor Fever Podcast, let's go full throttle. The burning question on everyone's minds. Why is Max Verstappen so dominant?
It's truly fascinating, isn't it? He's just been untouchable, especially after his performance in the 2023 F1 season.
Indeed, and it seems that the consensus among many, including David Terrien, is that Max is currently at the top of his game.
Right, but being at the top of one's game isn't enough. There are other factors at play here as well.
Certainly. Terrien believes that Max's success is a result of his maturity, his exceptional skills, and crucially, the support of a strong team.
A crucial point that often gets overlooked. Without a top-notch team, even the best driver can struggle.
Well said. But interestingly, Terrien also points out that Max's competition just doesn't seem to measure up. Charles Leclerc, for instance, makes too many mistakes, and the other drivers don't exude the confidence Max does.
So, in essence, one of the key elements to Max's success is the lack of a strong rival. But there must be some potential challenges.
You'd think so. But according to Terrien, the only way Max can be beaten is if Red Bull faces a major setback, or if another team takes a significant leap forward. But as he rightly points out, miracles don't happen overnight.
So while Verstappen's reign may continue for a while, it's a dynamic sport. Who knows what the future holds?
Indeed, that's the beauty of it. Let's carry on with this riveting discussion, shall we? Full throttle. Now let's delve into the crux of the matter. It seems like Terrien thinks it all boils down to Sergio Perez, Verstappen's teammate, being the one who could potentially give him a run for his money.
A classic case of the best competition coming from within your own team borders.
Exactly. Tarian draws a parallel with Nico Rosberg's surprising one-title steal during Lewis Hamilton's reign at Mercedes. But as we know, that took an extraordinary effort from Rosberg.
The whole thing was so exhausting, he quit shortly after claiming the title.
And that's what Perez needs to emulate. He needs to tap into that Rosberg energy to deny Verstappen. Now this is where it gets interesting.
Oh, do tell.
Well, Tarian mentions that facing a teammate like Verstappen is extremely challenging. Not only is Verstappen a master at his craft, but he also has a certain way about him that can get under his teammate's skin.
Even if it's not intentional.
Precisely. And on top of that, Verstappen has a unique driving style. He loves a car with lots of front grip, even if it makes the rear seem light. And it appears that this particular style is hard to simulate on the simulators.
That would explain why other drivers find it difficult to replicate his performance.
Indeed. And this, folks, is why we can't get enough of Formula One. The intricacies, the rivalries, the sheer skill, it's just too thrilling for words. Let's keep this adrenaline rush going, shall we? Full throttle. Hopping back into our discussion, Tarian speculates that the only way to beat Verstappen is to find a driver who can handle the same conditions even better than him.
Easier said than done, of course.
Indeed. And interestingly, Tarian mentions Lando Norris as a possible contender. Norris apparently has a similar driving style to Verstappen, able to handle a lot of front grip and not crash, all while extracting top performance from the car.
So it's not entirely impossible then?
Not at all, but it would take an exceptional effort. Tarian likens it to the season when Nico Rosberg beat Hamilton. You have to be extremely focused, not make a single mistake, and be at the front in all the races, all the qualifying, all the practices.
And of course, a bit of luck.
Absolutely. And interestingly, Tarian suggests that another key factor could be Verstappen resting on his laurels, perhaps losing the focus he currently has.
Fascinating. So it's really a perfect storm of factors that can lead to Verstappen's defeat.
Exactly. But as we know, in Formula One, anything is possible. That's what makes this sport so captivating. Let's keep our engines revving, shall we? Full throttle. As we continue our deep dive, Tarian gives us some more insights into Verstappen's driving style, comparing it to Sebastian Vettel's when he was at Red Bull.
Really? That's quite the comparison.
That's right. Tarian recalls a conversation with Sebastian Bourdais, where he claimed that Vettel, much like Verstappen, also favored a lot of front grip, while being on the edge with the rears.
Surely, that must be challenging for any driver to achieve consistently.
That's exactly what Bourdais admitted. He said that he struggled to maintain that kind of driving style consistently. It seems to be something that top F1 drivers can do, which is easier in karting or lower single-seater racing series. But in F1, where it's all about pushing to the limit, that is where Max excels.
So, it's not just about talent, but also about mastering a unique driving style.
It certainly appears to be that way. And going by last year's form, if the Red Bull RB20 lives up to its predecessor, the RB19, Verstappen won't be easily dethroned. Unless, of course, one of the 19 other drivers, especially Checo, can cause an upset.
Now, wouldn't that be something to look forward to?
Indeed, it would. As the saying goes, in Formula One, you can always expect the unexpected. Let's keep our foot on the pedal, folks. Full throttle. William Turner, fancy having a gander at what the internet's saying about our current topic of discussion?
Absolutely. Let's see what they are saying. Daniel Orton has raised a point, saying, quote, "Stake F1 team deleting gambling critical comments," unquote. He appears to be criticizing the F1 team for allegedly deleting comments critical of their sponsorship deal with a betting company.
Oh, that's a bit of a controversial topic. Any notable responses?
Indeed, there are. Reveille, or Reveille97, highlighted the issue of dodgy sponsors in F1 and pointed out Petronas's involvement in war crimes. Atheon chimed in, mentioning Shell's activities in Nigeria and Aramco's connections with the Saudi government.
That is indeed a grave concern.
Yes, and Fickle Cricket even joked about how Aramco's logo is all over the crash barriers, suggesting that Aramco practically sponsors the whole series. Administration number 9238 found this amusing and apparently was not aware of this fact.
Quite an engaging debate going on.
Absolutely. SofaBoy90, on the other hand, argues that a gambling site is one of the more harmless sponsorships in F1, considering F1's current situation with sponsors. He's been met with mixed reactions, with immediate escalator mentioning the race in Las Vegas and Monaco's state-owned casino.
Interesting perspectives.
Quite. There's another interesting conversation about Charles Leclerc and his access to the Casino de Monte Carlo. According to Merengue's 1945, Monaco's laws regarding the casino are quite firm, and even Leclerc wouldn't be allowed on the betting floor. Tina Jewell chimed in to confirm that Leclerc indeed has never been to the casino.
This is truly an intriguing conversation. Any other notable remarks?
Well, Vermin Lord Taka brought up the issue of outright tobacco sponsorship, while Ian JM mentioned the financial destruction caused by bad crypto investments. Adding a humorous angle, Pup Diogenes proposed a hypothetical and controversial team name.
Blimey, the internet never fails to surprise us, does it? Well, it's certainly food for thought. Let's see how this topic evolves. And we've hit the checkered flag for today's episode of F1 Motor Fever podcast. It's been a jam-packed session discussing all things Formula One, from thrilling races to unique driving styles. We appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and do activate those notifications so you're always in the fast lane with us. And hey, why not share your love for Formula One and our channel with friends, family, and fellow fans on social media? We'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comments section.
Absolutely, folks. Don't forget to mark your calendars. We're roaring to you every day with blazing hot discussions on the biggest Formula One topics. Oh, and keep your peepers peeled for our upcoming episodes. We've got some intriguing topics revving up in the pipeline.
We're so grateful for your company. Can't wait to catch up with you in our next episode. So until then, to Enzo, pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road. Our channel's content is pure gold.